is up, Gabe?
Hey there, Ian.
Hey.
Happy New Year to you.
Yeah.
And Happy New Year to all of you out there in blank as a fart land. Thanks for joining us for our little special sneak peek at the upcoming season, I guess you'd call it,
I
where
know
we cover
we
the
promised only
return.
2 extra episodes, but you're getting this third one because someone fell asleep and forgot what we were doing.
We did overextend ourselves a little bit in that session, I think.
A little bit.
But we had a good time, and we hope you guys had a good time watching.
Plus, you were
So.
bleeding out, so there was a lot going on.
Yeah, I'd lost a lot of blood that day. I mean, it's only natural that I would have been a little sleepy. My iron was very low.
Hmm.
But yeah, we did forget a little piece that we wanted to do at the end. But also, I feel like, we can just touch base and see where we're at and, just kind of prepare ourselves for where we're going to pick up when we get into 21st century Twin Peaks here. So yeah, where we left off is the bad guys won. Cooper is possessed by Bob, or evil Cooper has left because Annie said something about good Cooper being trapped in the lodge. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where we're stuck, and we're not sure where Laura's at. I mean, everything that happens in the lodge seems to exist outside of our time and doesn't abide by those kinds of rules. So who knows where those two occurrences line up? I mean, the last we saw of Laura, she was smiling and happy,
But crazy.
but crazy. Yeah,
It is funny though, like watching through obviously Fire Walk with Me and then the missing pieces. It does give you the sense that perhaps she still exists
her soul in some
in
way.
some way.
I mean, like ultimately, what she was trying to escape was being possessed by Bob, in which case she succeeded that.
But she's also in the area. She's also with Bob all the time. It seems like, right?
And we
Ultimately,
never see the two of them together in
we
the
don't. But
lodge.
like they still inhabit the lodge. She's in, right?
Well, where is the lodge and where is the waiting room?
Oh, I guess
Remember,
so. I
like
guess. Have you ever
that that
have we
line.
actually been in the lodge?
It kind of depends.
See, I guess if it has red
Or,
curtains, I guess it's just always the lobby or the waiting room.
or maybe just the Black Lodge and the White Lodge look the same, and it's just how you view it while you're in there that makes it different.
Black and white makes red.
Right in between. Yeah, so it's wild kind of stuff, It's metaphysical. It's stuff that pushes the limits of human understanding, and
Well, you're about
I
to
kind of like
spoil a whole
where,
bunch of stuff, isn't that the whole? You're gonna like tell me all these people that are coming back, and perhaps spoil
well,
a little bit.
who's to say that they're coming back in a future capacity and they're not just part of some weird
Well,
flashback
there's
or
also that.
alternate reality, or
There's
who
true.
the hell knows with David Lynch, right?
So, what did you want to? This is what you wanted to do this at the end of the missing pieces, and we didn't get to it. So, what
Yeah,
is it
I
that you
wanted
want?
to. So what we have here is at some point Lynch and Frost like tweeted out the cast list, or like released it to the press. I
For
forget
before
exactly
the
how it is.
return dropped?
Before, yeah, like while they were in the process of filming.
So no actual
Um,
spoilers because they were doing it to begin with.
right. Aside from like maybe there were like some members of the cast that you weren't necessarily sure survived their ordeals at the end of the series, who you never saw in either The Missing Pieces or Fire Walk with Me. So you may hear a couple of spoilers in that respect.
What is it? Uh, what's his name? The guy who we never really saw about with the spiders.
Leo.
Leo. I know it's L. I was like thinking Logan, Luke. No, it's none of those names. Oh,
Logan.
Leo. Leo. Yes.
Leo.
Yeah. I mean,
He
he's
was
still.
definitely not the first person I expected you to mention.
I just hope that he's still there. I hope they
I
just come
expected
across
you to.
him. I hope they come across him just like still trying to like keep the spiders. Like all this, there's a bunch of spiders in that thing, and there's just one spider that survived eating all the other spiders. So it's a really big spider, and he's still just like, and he's like fucking like skinny and grovelly. You know, he's been like,
Right. Got a
bleh.
scruffy beard.
He's been like,
and
he like's been feeding
cheeks
off
are hollowed out.
been feeding off cockroaches when they come by and stuff. Like him and the spider are one and the same now, you know. And now it's like he's at the point where like, I think I'm gonna eat the spider. You know, they got to fight to the death. Anyway,
Why does that remind me of a Rick and Morty episode?
I don't know.
I don't know either. See, I honestly expected you to name your favorite character first.
Oh, Audrey.
Audrey. Because the last we saw her, she was chained to a door in a bank that exploded.
Yeah, I just assumed she was dead. She should have gone out with her old boyfriend, but she didn't. She stuck around for her dad. But if she's
Who
alive,
we also didn't see in either of the cinematic
right?
versions of Twin Peaks. Mr. Ben Horn, the last we saw of him, he just had his head smashed against a fireplace and was bleeding on a floor.
He's definitely got amnesia. And
Again.
And Audrey, and he forgets Audrey. He doesn't know who Audrey is. If she's alive. All right, Gabe.
If she's alive. All right. So the way this was dropped to the press was essentially a spreadsheet.
Oh, really?
The cast was listed in alphabetical order, last name first,
How fun.
with returning cast members who have previously appeared in the Twin Peaks world. This was the language used in the document,
They could have made this more fun.
marked with an asterisk.
Okay.
So this is like side players. This is over 300 names, so I'm not going to read all of them.
So a lot of them, but there's 300 people returning. Or no, this is just a complete cast list.
This is just a complete cast list.
How much of that is returning though that you're not going to name?
At a guess, like 25, 30.
Oh, that's not too
Some
bad.
of them I'm not going to name because I don't know who the hell they are. I think, like, for example, I think the giggly Swedish waitress comes back,
Oh, okay, yeah.
but I don't remember the actress's name. So I will read you the ones. I mean, I'll go ahead and read you all the asterisk
I hope
ones if you
somehow
like.
Ted Raimi makes he comes back. Like I know he's dead, but like perhaps he gets a crazy flashback scenario where. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
You may be out of luck in that regard. So yeah, I'm going to read the asterisk named first. And then I'm going to go through and pick and choose the names that I think you'll be either surprised or excited about that will be a part of this little venture that we're going to enjoy.
Little venture. It's a big venture, I believe. 18 episodes.
This one
right?
it's not quite as big as the OG, yeah, but it's a beast in its own right. I
Oh,
mean,
wait.
we get
how many
like
episodes
as far as
were the originals? Like this is like
the
40?
original was 30 episodes.
30 episodes, but at
Mhm.
40 minutes, 41 minutes each.
Give or take, yeah.
This is
So
18
minute-wise,
episodes
pretty close.
at full 60.
Yes.
Maybe more, give or take.
Maybe more,
61,
maybe less
62?
in some cases. We'd
It's a
have
lot.
to
It's a
really
lot.
comb
It's a
through the
lot.
minutia to find out.
It's a lot,
But
Gabe.
yeah, as far as like total volume of minutes, they're probably pretty comparable.
Okay.
And this one is far more cinematically edited than anything you would have seen
But the same editor.
previous to this. Dwayne Dunham does return, yes, but I
that's
think
right.
I think Lynch ultimately had far more control over any editing.
Sure. Oh, I'm sure.
I know for one that Lynch is credited as a sound editor for the whole series.
Great. I loved his work as talking phone guy.
I mean, honestly, the sound in this show is a big part of the atmosphere, especially in the somewhat stranger scenes.
Okay.
So, all right. So here we go.
Let's do it.
Here are our asterisk cast in alphabetical order. I'm going to read the actor's name, and we'll see if you remember who they play. Let's lead off with Machen Amick.
That's Shelley, right?
That's Shelley Johnson.
Hey, Shelley's back.
Dana Ashbrook.
Dana Ashbrook is, yes. Is that Dana Ashbrook? It's one of the old guys, right?
No.
No? Oh,
Well, now, but not then.
who was it?
This is Bobby
Oh,
Briggs.
it's Bobby. All right, that
Yes.
was one of the old guys.
No. Phoebe Augustine. Not sure about that one, so
Phoebe
we'll skip it.
Augustine. I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah. Richard Baymer.
Yeah, Richard Baymer is Ben Horn, right?
Correct.
Cool.
Next, we have
Exciting.
Scott Coffey, who I don't recognize. Now,
Mmm,
remember, some of
delicious.
these people might have been from Fire Walk with Me as well.
Delicious hot coffee. Oh, you mean that would be hilarious if uh fucking Isaac from Firewalk with Me.
Oh, Chris Isaac.
Chris Isaac. What is his fucking first name? Just shows up in Firewalk with Me.
Well, he's got a first name for a last name. That throws you
Yeah,
off,
you can't trust that. You can't trust
right?
that. All right.
Yeah, I get another name I don't recognize, but this one I do. Catherine E. Coulson.
Catherine Coulson?
Hmm.
No, I don't.
Longtime Lynch collaborator. Partial inspiration for the series.
Catherine Coulson.
This is the Log Lady.
Oh, okay. No, I forgot her name. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Great. Love it.
Yeah. Julie Cruz. She's the singer who sings the theme song when it has lyrics. Jan Darcy.
The lady that was the rich lady with James.
I don't think so.
I would love to have her back, dude. No,
Yeah.
I would love that lady come back. That'd be great.
I don't even remember the character's name at this point.
She
I
like
try to shut her out
she
of
like
my
belonged in a
memory.
Playboy softcore adult film, you know, like
Oh yeah, 100%. Like some, some murder thriller with Bruce
yeah,
Boxleitner or
you're
some
drinking
shit.
champagne in a hot tub and they're just like softly grinding naked on each other. It's like that's what
Right.
and I think we need more of that in Twin Peaks. All right.
Right. Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, Jan Darcy didn't recognize that name, but this one we all do. David Duchovny.
Oh, yes. That's
Another
cool.
back-to-back that you'll love to hear, Miguel Ferrer.
Oh. Do these guys get expanded roles or are they just like one-off cameos? Are you not going to tell me?
I'm not going to spoil that for you.
That's fucking bullshit.
I say some of those you'll be happier with than others.
I would say Miguel probably a little bit longer, but I would imagine Duchovny's short. I'm going to say it's short and sweet.
I'd say that's a pretty accurate guess. So, no spoiler there. You already knew it was coming. Warren Frost.
That's I forget. That's Mark Frost, but I forget who he plays right now.
Doc Hayward.
Doc Hayward. Yeah.
I've never heard this one out loud. I'm going to maul the pronunciation, but I know the actor. It's Harry Goaz.
Oh yeah.
Goaz.
I forget who that is, but I see that name all the time in the credits.
Yeah, it's in the credits a lot. That's Deputy Andy.
Andy.
Andrea Hayes, another name I don't recognize.
Andrea Hayes. The giggly lady.
Could be.
Could be the giggly lady.
Next up, we have Gary Hirschberger.
Gary.
Probably aren't going to know that one.
Is that the weird big dude at the diner? Or
No,
that's not that guy. That worked on.
No, he's most famous for being an abused minor in your eyes, I think.
An abused minor?
Yeah.
Oh, what's her name's boyfriend?
Yes, this is Mike Nelson.
Mike. Yeah.
Not to be confused with everybody's favorite Mike Nelson, MST3K.
I pretty much think every minor in Twin Peaks is abused. Anyway.
Pretty much, yeah. Or just aged, way too fast. Next, we have Michael Horse.
That's Hawk, right?
That's correct. Here's another one you'll know and love, David Patrick Kelly.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Cool. That's wow, because he was absent from pretty much the whole last half season of season 2.
He was.
That's cool. That's Horn's brother. What's his?
Yes, Jerry Horn.
Jerry Horn.
I
Ben
missed
and
one
Jerry, duh.
alphabetically.
Anyway,
I missed this one between David Duchovny and Miguel
I
Ferrer.
hope there's a lot of food between them. I missed the old days of them just walking in the scene with like food.
I will say
I
you're
got
probably going
a,
to
I got it.
enjoy
I got a
Jerry's.
sausage. I got a sausage today, Ben. A sausage. Anyway, sorry.
Uh, I will give you a little teaser in that Jerry has a new business venture that is all the rage in the Pacific Northwest in the 21st century.
Oh, hey,
Uh, anyway, in
cool.
between David Duchovny and Miguel Ferrer, I did miss Sherilyn Fenn.
Oh, okay.
She's not dead, or is she?
Hmm. Okay.
Where did we leave off? David Patrick Kelly. Next we have Cheryl Lee.
Cheryl. Cheryl Lee is
Hmm.
uh, Cheryl Lee is Cheryl Lee. I mean, there's so many Cheryl. Cheryl
Oh,
Lee
Ian.
is your hottie, right? No.
No, that was Shelley.
No, the older one.
No.
No, it's not that one. Cheryl Lee is that fucking wrestling chick?
Oh my goodness.
I don't
The
know. Cheryl
fans are
Lee.
so upset with you
I
right
don't
now.
remember people's names. I mean, I watched this.
Cheryl Lee is Laura.
Oh, is that? Yeah. Well, fuck that. I forget what. I have no idea what her real name was as an actress.
Even after watching the film where she gets top billing.
Yeah, I don't remember that shit.
Peggy Lipton.
Peggy Lipton is your hottie. That's right.
That's
My
Norma.
bad. I had that's
Yes,
Norma. Yes. Okay. My bad.
that's Norma.
Yeah, I have no Cheryl Lee. I was like, what? I don't remember. Like, come on, Laura Palmer is not that important to Twin Peaks, guys. And all you people out there thinking that she is, not. She's a fucking MacGuffin. She's like a plot device used by Lynch to make this weird shit
Laura
happen.
is the one.
She's not the one because Neo is the one, and Neo is the lead character in the film. Whereas,
She was the lead character in the film.
well, in the film, kind of, I guess that movie was such. Anyway, I don't even want to get into it.
We've gotten into that enough. Belina Martin Logan. Don't know that
No,
one.
that doesn't sound familiar.
No. Next we have David Lynch.
So glad. I mean, I didn't think they could afford him, but that's cool.
Yeah, no, he was. I hear he was willing to work scale in order to work with the director. Kyle MacLachlan, naturally.
No, that's a who? Huh?
James Marshall.
Oh man, are we serious? He's back.
Mhm.
He's like,
He's back.
does he show up on a motor? Like he just rides back in, like just drives back in on a motorcycle. And
Oh,
just rides back into her life.
he's got a very appropriate job in the
Is
future.
he a mechanic? I don't. Anyway.
Oh, that would have been more appropriate, but no. Next is Everett McGill.
Everett McGill. Is that Jacoby?
No.
No. Is that Everett McGill?
Hmm. Another name you would see frequently
I
as
know.
he
I
turned up a
remember
lot.
that. It's not
Not
the.
in the film.
Not the. No, I know he wasn't. Is that Everett McGill? That's not the weirdo that Andy was always fighting against, is it?
No.
Oh, not that guy. I don't know.
This is Big Ed Hurley.
Big. Oh. Is there? Okay.
Hmm.
That's his
Who
name?
did come out of retirement.
Oh.
Yes, Everett McGill.
Okay.
He's in David Lynch's OG Dune. I think we touched on that a little bit. He plays the Javier Bardem role
All right.
without an accent. Next is Walter Olkewicz or Olkewicz.
I don't know.
That is Jacques Renault.
Oh.
I'll let you guess
So
how
then
he
that
ends
must
up
be
being
that must
part
be a
of it.
flashback because like he's dead, right?
Well, the only other option is
or he's
long
in the
lost
lodge,
twin, I suppose,
or something
or
stupid
in the
like
lodge. Yeah, or something stupid like long lost twin.
that. or something stupid. Or something I don't agree with. Long last twin.
Next, Kimmy Robertson.
Okay, that's Andy's girl. What's her name?
Lucy.
Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already losing it. I'm old and I'm not taking enough antioxidants.
It's been a while for us. We haven't, out of sight, out of mind for Ian over there. I've got all this, retained because
Yeah,
I've
I've only
studied
seen
it
it
for nigh
once,
on
guys.
30
I haven't
years now.
watched it like a million times. Like, oh, you fucking
Yeah, no.
nerds.
I'm the one you should be ashamed of for not recognizing any of these names. So pile the hate on me if we're gonna,
I mean,
harp
there
on the
are.
fact that Gabe doesn't know who Belina Martin Logan played in the original series. What the
I
fuck
have
is wrong
gotten
with
some
you?
of them right. Let's be
You
fair.
have.
Like
You've gotten a lot of I
the
did not
important
expect
ones.
you to get Ben Horn. That was a good one.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if you nail this one. Wendy Roby.
Wendy Roby. Wendy Roby.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that does not. That name also just. I don't. Visually, that name doesn't come across the screen like some of the other ones.
I mean,
Maybe it does,
maybe
but
with
like when
equal
I'm watching,
frequency of Everett McGill, so to speak.
maybe when it's Wendy. Okay, give me a second. Wendy Roby. So it's a little lesser. Dude, that's. Is this just the voice of what's her name on the?
No,
Oh, damn it! I don't know.
that's Nadine.
Oh, damn it! Yeah, that
Nadine
one.
of
Okay,
the
Nadine's always on.
freakish adrenaline
For some
strength.
reason, I just
Yeah.
that one I just never connected. I've never known what that one. I've never made it because I don't like that character. I think I just like dismiss it. Dump
Mm,
knowledge
yeah.
dump.
Fair enough.
Great. I'm so happy it's coming back. Her and Big Ed. That's great. I bet they're married. They have 20 kids, just like a fucking litter. Awesome. So excited. They're all like fucking strong. Anyway.
Let's just say that, some things in Twin Peaks have changed a lot,
Oh, I hope so.
but some things in
Some things
Twin
never
Peaks never
change.
change.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's sad, and that's the sadness of it.
Okay. Yeah. It's occurred to me what character at least one of the women we've mentioned has to be, but I can't. Yeah, I'm not going to say out loud because I can't remember who it is. So, two in a row that I don't know. We have Marv Rosand,
Nope.
and Carlton Lee Russell.
No.
Neither of those ring a bell to me, so we'll move on. 2, Harry Dean Stanton.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. He makes a return. Next, we have Charlotte Stewart. I'm not going to make you guess that one. That's a deep cut. That's Bobby's mother, Betty Briggs.
Okay. Yeah, man. She's like in the show. Like the only time she's like really apparent in the show is like maybe 2 or 3 times, but she's like, she's like set dressing a lot of times.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let's see here. Next, we have Al Strobel. Yeah, no,
Jacoby?
wouldn't come up for you. No, this is the one-armed man.
Oh, that guy. Oh, he's back, man. We're really we're
Mike,
bringing a lot of
or
them back.
Philip Gerard. Oh yeah, pretty deep cuts here. Carol Struyken.
No,
I've always struggled to pronounce that one.
No idea.
That's the giant.
Oh man, that first name throws me off. But yes, it could be male. It could be
C-A-R-E-L.
males.
Yeah. Yeah, very European. Next, we have Russ Tamblyn.
That's Jacoby.
That is Jacoby.
See, that's sucky. Like I do know it. Tamblyn. I knew. I was like, it's that fucking. Tamblyn was what threw it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. I apologize, fans out there telling me I'm full of yeah. Come on.
And then next we have Ray Wise.
Oh, okay. Laura's father.
Leland.
Leland. Yes.
And
That's
following
cool.
that,
That's fun.
Alicia Witt.
Alicia Witt. Alicia Witt.
Hmm. You know the actress. You might have forgotten that she turned up in Twin Peaks
No,
because she was very young.
I don't remember Alicia Witt. Oh, is that the sister? The redhead? The
Hmm.
piano player?
Hmm.
That's
There's no way you'll get her first name, but Donna's younger sister,
Donna's
yes.
sister, where she plays at
Yeah.
dinner. Okay.
Hmm.
The
Kirsten
one
is the
that was in
character's name.
Sopranos is right?
That's
Yes.
correct.
All right.
And then last, we have Grace Zabriskie.
Oh. Hmm.
That's Laura's mother, Sarah Palmer.
Okay.
There are, oh,
So then Laura
there are a
Flynn Boyle
couple.
doesn't make an appearance.
Lara Flynn Boyle does not return. Are there any other notable names that stood out to you that you didn't hear?
Who's the sheriff?
That's crap.
What's his
The
name?
frick his name? I am very ashamed of myself for not knowing this. Here we come, IMDb.
But he wasn't mentioned.
Michael Ontkean.
Mike, yeah, he wasn't
That is
mentioned.
correct. He was invited to return and he declined. He is retired.
Oh, that's interesting.
He opted not to come out of retirement. Everett Gill came out of retirement
Retirement.
to play Ed Hurley, but Michael Ontkean chose not to return despite being invited to.
That's interesting. Was there a reason given why Laura Flynn Boyle decided not to come, or was she just not?
I'm not sure if she was asked.
Oh, okay. But her
I don't know
sister
if she was written
was.
into the script or not.
Does her sister have a pretty
Yeah,
big role?
interesting, right?
Come on. Does her sister have a big role? Decent role?
Uh, you know,
There's a bit like more than one episode. Just give me that. More than one
more than
episode.
one episode.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm cool with that.
more than one episode. She serves as an interesting love rival for another character, which,
Okay.
yeah. So let's see, who else? Anybody that might have, had another cliffhanger ending that you may not have wanted to see die?
Well, we don't see what are the two owners of the lumber thing? Or the what's her name?
Catherine Martell.
And then
Yeah, Piper Laurie
and
does
then
not return.
and then her husband,
Pete,
Pete. Pete. Why do
who,
I not remembering any of these? Is he dead? Like I don't know.
well, yeah, Pete was blown up in the bank. Let's not forget.
Yeah, but so was Cheryl Flynn, right?
Yeah, but she had the big door right there, kind of
The
guarding her.
big whatever. That's such bullshit.
He was right there
They were
in
both
front
they
of the
were all
bomb.
together. They were all there.
Uh,
Uh
well, let's not forget that there are maybe a few people who passed away in between these
well
productions.
exactly. So I'm just like are they
Yeah.
dead? I don't know if he's dead.
Piper Laurie was not one of them. They just couldn't find a role for her.
Okay.
Most of her tangential characters that connected her to the rest of what was going on had been killed off, so they
And
didn't
then
really have
Leo.
much for her.
We don't hear about Leo.
Michael or Eric DeRay does not return.
Oh my god.
No Leo.
Eric DeRay. That is I don't know why I can't but that name is so ingrained in the credits. Like Eric DeRay.
Mhm.
I see that all the time. And that's sad. I feel like that's a missed opportunity because that dude like I'm thinking I think I just want to make a short film where I am Leo and I just like we just make the like I'll just pull my hair back and kind of
Just
just act bad.
the Ballad of Leo Johnson,
Yeah, yeah. I think
the epilogue
I
of
think
Leo
Gabe, you
Johnson.
have to shoot it for me because like I don't think I can get anyone else to really give a shit about it. And we just make this like fucking like 10 minutes short of how he survived. And
Hey man, I'm game if you are. Our little alternate reality take.
no, totally within
Oh,
continuity.
canon.
Canon.
I mean, there are. Let's not forget we haven't touched base on the books.
Oh Jesus.
which do fill in
I,
some of the blanks that you don't
and they're
see in
canon?
either series. Yeah, they're
Who are they
written
writ?
by Mark Frost,
Oh my
so
god. Well, I guess it depends on whose canon you're interested in and whether they want their
true
canon
enough.
to mix. Because
It's hard to know which characters Lynch cared about and which ones Frost cared
it's
about
like it's like
sometimes.
Spaceballs. Like when you get your Schwartz tangled. When Lynch and Frost tangle their Schwartzes, it's like okay, but then they're not always together. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Jack Nance did pass away
okay,
before any
all
production
right.
happened, so yeah, you're not going to see him. You will not see Mary Jo Deschanel. That's Eileen Hayward.
Oh, what's her
Uh,
name? Uh, the Asian chick.
Joan Chen.
Joan Chen, yes,
Yeah,
always in
Josie
it.
Packard.
Josie Packard. Nope.
Um, does not appear.
That's wild.
They had a little bit of an out for her, which we kind of discussed about like the deleted scenes where like they filmed something where Cooper sees
We just never
part of
know what
Josie's
happens with
body.
the box and the puzzle and then it blowing up, whatever, and then
Well,
and then
Josie was trapped in the doorknob or in the knob
oh,
of the
that's right, in the
drawer,
doorknob. But
remember?
but even Piper Laurie's all the thing and the key and it blew up and like we don't never know. All we know about that storyline is that there was an explosion and
Hmm.
that's over.
Pretty much.
And this Audrey is gonna pick up the. I need to
Maybe
know
not in the
why
way
it.
you think.
Maybe that I need to know why it exploded. I need to know why. I was trying.
Uh, no Ian Buchanan. That is Dick Tremaine.
Mm.
He
Thank
appeared
God.
in 11 episodes of the original series, if you
He
can
was in a
believe
lot of
that.
them.
Almost over a third, more than Miguel Ferrer.
Thank God. Holy shit. I
Yeah,
could.
I think he left less of an impression. No Kenneth Welsh. That is Wyndham Earl.
Thank God.
No Heather Graham.
Oh, what's the dude that
Annie
actually
Blackburn.
plays? Uh, that is actually the evil guy with long hair.
Bob.
Bob.
Frank Silva appears via archive footage as he also passed away
Oh, okay.
long before filming began. He passed in like the mid 90s.
Okay. I didn't think he was that old, but okay.
He wasn't. He was in his 40s when he passed
Oh,
due to
dear.
complications from AIDS.
Fucking monkeys. I know. Come on. It's a
Another
joke. Too
actor.
soon. Come on. Give me a break. All right.
Yeah, it's South Park tread that ground long ago.
Yeah, we're just doing South
Uh,
Park jokes here, guys.
Also appearing via archive footage due to having passed is Don S. Davis. That's Major Briggs.
Oh, because that guy's a major character actor. He's been in a lot of shit. I feel
Does a
like.
lot of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly military bent,
Oh yeah, 100%.
like Stargate, or he played Scully's dad in the X-Files. Also a
Oh,
military man.
that's fun.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's all like the notables that you don't see return.
Can you name any surprise castings? You don't have to tell me anything, but like just actors that are gonna pop up in it.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's where we're going
Oh,
next.
okay, that's what we're doing. Oh, my boner's super hard right now, guys.
Oh yeah, no, here is where we're going. This is where we're gonna have some fun. So yeah, I'm not going to read every name that's on this list because there's a lot of people who I don't recognize and I don't even know what part they play in the show. But we'll see who we know. Do you recognize the name Jane Addams?
No,
Character actress. You'll probably recognize her face when she turns up.
I hope so.
Let's see. Who else do we have next? How about Krista Bell?
I know Kristen
She's a
Bell. I don't know
singer.
Krista Bell.
Yeah, you might not know her. She's mostly a singer.
Okay.
Here's one you will definitely recognize. Monica Bellucci.
Oh, sick. I have, dude.
Hmm.
Let me just go over here really.
Everybody likes to see Monica Bellucci.
Over here really quick. Say that I have I have a healthy crush on Monica Bellucci. My wife knows this. That's why I own
every
this.
every heterosexual male does, and not a few homosexual females. Yes, yes, we all
Is it
love
more
Monica
than one
Bellucci,
episode, Gabe? Just one. Just one fucking
but it's
episode.
memorable.
All right.
Next we have Jim Belushi.
Serious? Jesus. Okay.
Serious,
That's wild.
and he's not just a one and done.
Oh, too bad. Okay. K9,
Uh,
baby. K9
here's
part 2.
here's one you
Inside.
might not
K9
expect.
K9 part 2. Inside
What was the one he
Twin
did
Peaks.
with Schwarzenegger? Was that Red Heat?
Oh, Red Heat's great. I
Yeah,
remember that movie. I love that movie.
yeah. It opens with the co-ed bathhouse in Russia.
Mm-hmm. And then
That stuck
the
out.
fucking bus scene where they're driving. Oh, so good. That's a
Yeah,
good movie,
yeah.
actually. I like that movie.
Not a bad flick. I might want to go back and revisit that one. Here's one you might not expect. Michael Bisping.
Michael who?
Michael Bisping,
I don't know if I know who that is. I mean,
that's a
I don't know.
UFC legend.
Oh, no, I don't know that shit.
Oh, I thought
UFC.
you were a UFC guy.
I'm not a UFC guy. No.
Ah,
I'm not a wrestling guy. I'm not a UFC guy. Barely a boxing guy. So
we'll move on then. Hmm. Here's an interesting one. Michael Cera.
please, just one episode. Okay, good. Sweet.
Richard Chamberlain.
Wow, is he still alive?
Still alive.
Holy
I
shit.
believe he's in his 80s, but yeah,
That's
he turns
wild.
up. David Dastmalchian.
I don't know if I know who
I'm
that
not
is.
sure if I ever pronounced that one. Did you see Suicide Squad?
Which one?
The James Gunn one.
I did.
Polka Dot Man. He turns up in a
Oh.
lot of stuff.
He's also in
He's
like
also in the Ant-Man movies.
he's in a lot of things though. He's also in yeah, that guy's the weird creepy guy, like black hair,
He's got a, yeah,
pointy
he's got a
nose,
different vibe.
sweaty, but
Yeah,
he's got that kind of like yeah.
yeah.
He's also isn't he also in Nolan's Batman? One of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was very early in his career.
Anyway.
Um, yeah, good spot. I recognize this name, but I can't put a face to it. I'm going to read it out loud anyway. Owain Rhys Davies.
Is it related to one of the other Reese Davies though?
Quite possibly. Well, let's move on. Rebecca Del Rio.
Rebecca Del Rio. Sounds like a porn star.
She's one of the musical performers.
Olivia Del Rio? No, anyway.
No, she's a musician.
Okay, no. Okay.
She's one of the people that performs at the Roadhouse for the credits.
Okay.
They're all named in the cast
Oh, okay. So we get Trent Reznor and
because
Atticus
they all
Ross
appear.
and all that kind of shit.
Right. Yeah.
Sweet.
Next up, Laura Dern, frequent Lynch collaborator.
Yeah. Is that just a cameo or she got a beefy part?
I'll let you decide, but given that she's a frequent Lynch collaborator,
Maybe.
I'd say that she's got something meaty to sink her teeth into.
Did you ever see Rambling Rose?
No,
Okay, just curious.
is that one of hers?
Yes.
Bunch of other names I don't know. Francesca Eastwood. It's one of Clint's daughters. Not sure who she plays. Eamon Farron. Did you watch?
Farron?
Did you watch The Witcher on Netflix?
Yes. Is that Aim? That's is that the dark-haired one?
No,
Oh, it's Siri.
no,
No.
it's a man.
Oh, is it really?
Mhm.
Iman. I was thinking like Iman, like
Eamon.
So then that's probably what the guy who plays the. I don't know. I mean, I watched The Witcher. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, it's the Emperor. It's Emhyr von Ares.
Oh, the Emperor.
Another creepy looking guy.
Oh, okay. I was hoping it was like the Bard.
No, dandelion, no. Or what do they call him? They use the Hungarian word, Jaskier.
Hmm.
That's what they call him in the series, and that's what they call him in the book too. The books are a good read if you've never tried
Not
those.
gonna.
They're fun.
Only into the games. Not really into the show's fine. Only into the games.
Fair enough. Here's one you know, Robin Fink. Not really an actor,
Not really
but
an actor,
shows up.
but probably one of the greatest underrated guitarists of all time.
Very much so. Unique. Uh, Patrick Fischler.
I don't know. No.
If I remember right, he was the kid from Almost Famous.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
The lead kid?
yeah.
Well, that guy went nowhere
Oh, he went to Twin Peaks
eventually, but like fucking almost famous is like
eventually.
like what did he do in between that? Anyway, cool. All
Not
right.
sure. We'd have to IMDb
Mm,
that boy.
yeah, that's
Here's one we all know and love, Robert Forster.
oh, okay. Also in Lost Highway.
Hmm. A favorite of Lynch's,
Yes.
someone he likes working with, and someone he wanted to work with in the past but didn't get a chance to. But we'll talk about that later.
Because he's also kind of problematic,
Robert Forster?
isn't he? Isn't he the one that has the murder shit?
No, 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 no.
No? Robert Forrester? Are we sure?
Forrester. Robert Forster. This is the guy from Jackie Brown.
Oh, the old guy,
Yeah,
not the other guy. That I'm
yeah.
okay. Sorry,
No, yeah, this is bail bondsman from Jackie
not
Brown.
the
Robert
short guy.
Forster. Right. Forster,
But isn't the same
not
kind of names?
Forrester.
Aren't they?
It's pronounced virtually the
It's-
same. Yeah. Without seeing it in print, it's hard to tell the two of them
sorry,
apart.
sorry.
No,
Also,
don't be.
was in a David Lynch film though, and a
Yes.
problematic motherfucker. Anyway, okay.
Well,
Yes, the other
anyway.
guy, super cool. He's like a, he's like like he'd be like a good George Clooney dad. 'Cause like he's like George Clooney before George Clooney, but he wasn't hot enough to be George Clooney.
Right.
He's kind
Yeah.
of that, but he's the same kind of guy. They kind of have the
Yeah.
same kind of
He's
thing.
he's got a stately kind of demeanor to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you said Jackie Brown, I was
Let's
like,
see.
oh no shit. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Let's see if you know this one. Brett Gelman.
Mm-mm.
Stranger Things.
No, I don't care for Stranger Things.
All right. Moving on then. Balthazar Getty,
Also from Lost Highway.
also
Yes,
from
I know
Lost
Balthazar
Highway.
Getty. Yes.
Trent Reznor has a son named after him
Uh,
because they like the name.
I can't wait to show you Lost Highway.
I'm looking forward to doing that one. Ernie Hudson.
Oh wow, really? Okay, that's cool.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
ain't
that one kind of
he
surprised me.
ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Yeah.
He's also in The Crow, which is like probably great performance. Anyway.
Watched that one again very recently and it holds up. I
Oh
just bought the 4K remaster.
well, I watched
Holds up very well.
for our Milkman and Reverend comic book thing. I watched the new Crow, and it was so awful that I immediately watched the other Crow right after it and thought
It cleansed
this
the
holds up.
palate.
This whole no, like you say, it holds up really well. And like, did they not watch this other movie and think perhaps we shouldn't remake this movie? Like this movie is so fucking good
No.
that like doing this is a disservice. Like we're just gonna promote this other movie anyway.
They saw it, yeah, they saw it as a marketable property
No, if you can't
that they
top,
could attach to a
yeah.
shitty script full of shitty
Ooh.
action pieces.
And I feel
Much
bad
like
for
the Total
Skarsgård
Recall
too because
remake.
he's trying and it's just like
Yeah, he's better. I'm looking forward to seeing Nosferatu. That one's going to be fun.
well that has
But yeah, like
a
I
real
would.
director behind it though. That's a way different.
Yeah, that's true. I would liken that one to like the Total Recall remake. I don't know if you saw
Oh
that
yeah, I've
one.
seen that too. That's brutal.
That
That's
one
brutal.
struck me as like they wrote a bunch of action sequences that they really liked, but had no plot for them. And they decided, let's just slap this story from this 90s movie over these action
I
pieces.
like how they have this guy who's supposed to be the skull cowboy, but then they decided to just have a dude in this other realm where he just talks to him and gives him all the information. It's like, well, if you're gonna do all this other stupid fucking CGI, why not just make him the actual skull cowboy? No, okay, fuck you. All right, I was like so tapped. I was like, anyway, I watched the whole thing. And I was just like, oh my god, so bad.
I mean, is it like so bad it's worth watching just to hate on it?
You know, it's funny because I also watched in that same week the Borderlands movie,
Another
and
stinker.
I and the Borderlands movie is pretty awful, but I think the
Mhm.
Borderlands movie is more fun, awful film to watch than the Crow. The Crow movie is just like, nah. I would just, I don't think the Crow movie is worth watching. I think Borderlands is kind of worth watching. It's like watching a '90s, uh, you know, a '90s film trying to be a video game or comic book property. Like it's garbagey, but it looks like Borderlands. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
anyway, and Kate
Let's
Blanchett is
see.
always hot, so
You
whatever.
can't go wrong with Kate Blanchett.
She's hot.
I will agree with you there 100%. Caleb Landry Jones.
I don't.
I'm not sure what else he's been in. I recognize his face. Kind of a scummy looking ginger. I'm
Scummy
sure he's been scummy in everything else he's been in.
ginger.
How about Ashley Judd?
Wow. Really?
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen Double Jeopardy. What other? What was the other
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman movie? Or was it Tommy Lee Jones? I don't know. I remember
Uh,
watching those all the time.
you're probably thinking of A Time to Kill.
A Time to Kill. It's Double
Yeah.
Jeopardy and A Time to Kill. And isn't there another
A
one?
Time to Kill. Well, Time to Kill, she was just a wife in
Oh,
that one. Like, she's
oh
not a lead.
no. Double
She's
Jeopardy. She's
McConaughey's wife in that
Double
one.
Jeopardy.
Yeah,
She's the
Double
lead.
Jeopardy, she's like one of the
But there's
leads.
another one where she's a lead. Anyway, whatever. She used to be fun.
Similar to that.
Good times.
She still is. She's a fun watching this. David
Interesting choice,
Koechner.
though. Wait, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
David Koechner.
David Koechner.
Probably most famous from Anchorman, the sports guy, Brick Tamlin. Also had a run on The Office. Not sure if you're an Office guy,
I'm
but
not
yeah,
a big fan
pretty
of
pretty.
that. That kind of comedy is not really my
Yeah.
thing.
But yeah, you might recognize him when he turns up. You might
I mean, I have
recognize the
seen
face.
Anchorman and some Office episodes, so I probably will, but
Yeah,
yeah.
fair enough. When he comes up, he's not around for real long. Matthew Lillard.
That is Shaggy, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. What else is he in? I'm trying to think of what else.
Was
You
in
got.
Scream.
Oh, I never saw Scream, but I know him from Shaggy.
Really?
I'm not into horror movies, Gabe. Come on, we already
Yeah,
been
that's
over
true.
this. But I am into
We did
James
talk about
Gunn,
that.
and James Gunn did the Scooby Doo movies.
Hmm.
Anyway, but he's in other stuff. He's in
Where
other side.
else?
Just trying to think of what else he's
He
in.
is. Yeah. Solo Maraduena.
Nope.
No? Cobra Kai.
Oh, really? Which
Hmm.
one? Who's that?
That's Miguel.
Oh, so you should have said Blue Beetle. I would have like got it right away. No. There's so many
That's
just
yeah.
big names in Cobra Kai now
There are.
that like Blue Beetle is like a
This is a
little
name
more.
I recognize, but I'm not. It's not ringing a bell for me. Berenice Marlowe,
Berenice
Marlohe.
No, I don't know that
I
one.
want to say she's like a French actress or something along those lines.
Berenice. Nope, don't know it.
Derek Mears.
Derek Mears. Nope,
Hmm.
nope.
He was a Jason Voorhees in one film or
Oh,
another.
see, again, not a genre I watch.
Yeah, wouldn't have known. Uh, boy, a lot of these are names I do not recognize.
That's cool. You don't have to.
Yeah, we're all the way through the R's here. Here we go. Mariqueen Reznor, Trent Reznor.
What was her band though? She was
They were How to Destroy
no,
Angels.
before that, before they
Oh,
met.
before that was West Indian
Yeah,
Girl.
West Indian Girl. Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, and she's a hot
Did you
she's
ever
a hot
see the?
chick.
She is. You ever see the cover they recorded of David Bowie's Fashion, like during
Mm.
lockdown times? There's a little video that
Oh
goes along with it.
no, I didn't see that.
Good stuff. Moving on through the R's. Wait. Oh no, I missed
How many
an
kids did he have?
L.
No, he had 6 kids. I mean, he was like just putting them in her.
4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah,
Mostly boys too.
yeah, she.
I missed one in the L's. Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Oh, single white female.
Hmm.
That's crazy.
Returning back to the R's after the Reznors, we have Tim Roth.
That's interesting. Some believe he can act. Some believe he has no place acting. I don't know where you
You
sit on
know,
that.
it depends on what he's in. Depends on the material you give him. I kind of like him as Emil Blonsky.
He was
I
great
thought
in
he
he was
was.
great in Rob Roy. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen Rob
I've
Roy,
never
but
seen Rob Roy. I,
oh,
I mean, he was great in Reservoir Dogs,
oh yes, but he's also been awful in some pretty. Yeah.
and I mean, he's great in his way in Pulp Fiction.
Well, it's
But
such a
I don't know.
small. Yeah, there's such a.
It is. I mean, but he's got a
But you're right
quiet intensity.
about the Emil Blonsky thing, like coming back for She-Hulk and stuff. That was a lot of fun.
Hmm.
It was fun in that.
Yeah. So I would argue that he does have some range.
All right, there you go.
Here's someone who may not. Amanda Seyfried.
Dude, I love the Hawkeye miniseries.
That's not her.
Oh, it's not that one.
No, she's Mean Girls.
It's not the same Siegfried. Is it a different Siegfried?
No, that's Haley
Oh,
Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld. You're right. So
Yeah.
Mean Girls. What else is she in?
She was in like
I don't remember.
what
I only
else
saw
was
Mean
she
Girls
in?
once. I don't really remember it.
Yeah, she's not
And okay, I'm
she's
gonna go with
one
you.
of the Mean Girls,
I'm
the
gonna go.
blue-eyed one.
Sure. the yeah,
So if you recognize
I
her.
don't. I don't remember that at all. All right. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry, Haley, that I got you mixed up. I feel bad because I really liked the Hawkeye miniseries. I thought that was great.
I did too, and I thought she was great in it. She just got engaged to her football player boyfriend.
She's also great in Bumblebee. That's the best Transformers movie behind
Oh,
Transformers the movie, the cartoon.
really?
Have you not seen Bumblebee?
I have not. I gave up
Oh
on the
no,
cinematic
no,
Transformers
no, no,
movies
no. But
after.
that's not a part of it. It's. I mean, technically they say it is, but Bumblebee is one of the greatest Transformers movies you will ever watch. I 100%. I promise you. It's
I also tend to stay away from most John Cena movies until recently. So,
John Cena plays the villain and it's fine. It's not.
oh, he's the villain. Oh,
You're
okay.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
might
such
go
a
back to that
it's
then.
such a good movie, dude. I promise you. I
Mhm.
promise you.
Where were we? Amanda Seyfried, Tom Sizemore. I think this was one of his last roles before he died of like a cocaine-induced heart attack or whatever.
Oh my God, Tom Sizemore, so good,
What a nutter! What a nutter, dude.
so conflicted, so full of torture, and
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
you're talking about a lot of Quentin Tarantino stuff. You're talking about, you're talking about fucking Saving Private Ryan. You're talking, the dude's was really talented. He just lived a life of problem.
Yeah, life of excess. Not unusual for great artists. Ethan Suplee,
That sounds familiar, but I'm.
probably most famous as the big guy from Mallrats before he dropped all the weight and
Oh,
got
that guy.
ripped.
It was super. Oh, he's also in like Remember the Titans, and he
Hmm.
does all the he gets in with the African American crowd because he can sing soulfully. but then they all start to love him. And anyway, yes, that dude. And
Right.
then he just became like this
That's his
fucking
in.
beefcake. He decided to like go the opposite direction, and now you never see him.
And now you never see him.
Listen, we need that fat, cute guy.
Nope. He's
Women
ripped
don't,
now.
but women don't want. I want to get fucked. I don't want to. I don't want to be. I don't want work. I want to have a relationship. That's cool. I can appreciate that.
Oh my. Where did we leave off? Okay, we're into the T's. I don't recognize any of those, so we'll skip ahead to Eddie Vedder.
Oh man, does he sing?
He does,
Credit
but
sequence.
that's all he does.
Okay,
One
that's
and
good.
done.
Thank God.
Credit sequence. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of these names
Is it a
that I'm
Pearl
skipping
Jam
over.
song or is it like a solo? Like...
No, it's one of his solo pieces.
Okay.
It's just him and a guitar.
Oh, I was hoping it was him and a uke.
No. Just a couple more that we recognize. Here we have another frequent Lynch collaborator in Naomi Watts.
Okay, she just sitting in the background the entire time masturbating.
Not this one.
That's a loss. When was the last movie she was in? Like, when was the last time I saw her?
Hard to say.
Like, man, where's she been doing? Where does she go?
Maybe she's doing mom stuff. Who knows?
Oh, there's always
A
that.
lot of actresses drop off for that.
Don't do that, ladies. You don't
and
have to.
then-
Don't fucking be a part of the system. Okay.
Last but not least, we have Madeline Zima.
Zima. That's.
She was in Californication with David Duchovny.
I mean, I know the show.
Showtime
I know that
series.
he's in that, but I've never seen it. So
She was also one of the teen daughters in The Nanny.
the show, like what? The Nanny?
Yes, the TV show The Nanny with Fran Drescher.
Wow. No fucking clue.
But yeah, she was probably more famous for Californication because it was a very grown-up role for her after
Dreams
her.
of Californication. Anyway,
I have a love-hate relationship with that show.
I have a love-hate relationship with Red Hot Chili Peppers. So
Me too. So yeah, that's the cast list.
That's exciting.
Which one surprised you? Which one surprised you most to hear?
I mean, none of the coming back cast surprised me. Well, no. Chamberlain actually
Richard Chamberlain.
Richard Chamberlain alive and being in this super surprising actually. That's actually honestly, like I can get that Naomi Watts or Laura Dern. I get all that. Like they have relationships with him. Like that's not that so surprising. But like this old motherfucker, it's like I'm still alive. I'll act. I don't know what that's funny to me. That's first of all, A, he's still alive, and B, is it just like a one-off? It's probably like a one-off thing. Like they had him for like a day, but that's still cool.
The way a lot of these are.
That's
just
super
drop
cool.
in and drop out.
Is that super aggressive? And so I'm gonna ask you this question: with all these kind of like massive, kind of big, there's a lot of like. Is it get annoying? There's just a lot of like cameos just pop in while you're watching this, or is it fine?
No, it's fine. Because something I will spoil for you is that the return is not specifically centralized in Twin Peaks like the series is. The return kind of bops around the country, all over the map. There's a lot of time spent in Vegas. There's a fair amount of time spent in Montana, if I remember right.
Oh, that's awful.
So yeah, it's a much broader picture than you're used to getting already. We do spend plenty of time in Twin Peaks. With our old favorite characters?
Are there other entrances into the lodge that are not in Twin Peaks or in other areas? Yes. Okay. I just wanted to like get that from you.
I mean, I think we kind of touched on that a little bit in the movies.
We didn't. You can write
if
it. You can blame. You can set off. I didn't care. I didn't get that from anywhere. I just thought that was the entrance. But anyway, sure.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would argue that that's what Jeffries, who is the David Bowie character,
Oh
that
man,
that was his mission, was to find one of the other
was David
entrances.
Bowie dead yet?
He was, unfortunately.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember now. When did
He
David Bowie
was
die?
asked to return, but he was too ill at the time to participate in filming, and he died shortly before the series was completed.
Ah, fuck.
However,
Iman. No.
Iman. Yeah, Lynch. Oh, here's we might touch on, yeah, we might as well just tell this story now in this episode. So here's another name that you would not see in the cast list, who was a pretty famous part of the original series, and that's Michael J. Anderson. Michael J. Anderson is the dwarf in the red suit.
Oh right. Okay.
You might probably the biggest role he had post his Twin Peaks career was in Carnival,
Never saw it.
the HBO series. It's worth a watch. It's pretty interesting. Didn't go far, kind of ended on a cliffhanger. It was before HBO was really putting money behind stuff like that. So they didn't really give it a chance to finish its run. But that was an EP from Roland D. Moore, who was big and like worked on a lot of the Star Trek series. Like he was the executive producer on Deep Space Nine. So yeah, you'll notice his name is not in the cast list for the return. He was asked to come back, and apparently his salary demands were pretty ridiculous and were refused. Uh, so when they told him, we're not going to pay you that, he went on a big Facebook rant, where he essentially claimed that Twin Peaks was an autobiographical tale about Lynch and his daughter.
Wow.
Right. Also implied that Lynch somehow was involved in Jack Nance's death.
Wow. What?
Yeah. Lynch and Nance were very close friends, but yeah. So, like, apparently, Anderson had been kind of red pilled back in the day already and was kind of drifting toward that side of the spectrum, so to speak.
And then he was seeing
And
Dinklage
then,
making all that money.
right?
I
And then
see
he
it. I
doesn't
see
get
it.
paid for what he thinks he deserves. So, yeah, he just kind of went over the edge. And eventually, these Facebook posts were deleted. He was dropped by his publicist and his agent, and nobody's really heard from him since. That
Whew.
was back in 2016.
So what do they?
So any,
So he was a pretty kind of monumental, like, face of the lodge.
he was I mean, he was kind of a big part of the show as far as like the visual of it.
But of the lodge
You know, he was,
particularly, like,
yeah, of
so
the lodge in
like
particular. Yeah.
so that's where they bring in Chamberlain. No. Just something
Um,
totally different.
I'm just going to say, like, I'll leave it to your imagination how they decide to deal with that. But whatever you come up with,
Nah.
not going to be anywhere close.
Cool.
It's just
Just
so,
just
yeah,
a toilet,
you're
just a
not going to be
toilet
able to come
bowl,
up.
just a toilet bowl. It's just
No,
like
no, no,
just
no.
no.
Not, I
Is there an
wouldn't say
actual?
it's a bad
Is
choice.
it
It's just,
replaced with a person or is it replaced with a thing? You're not gonna tell me.
let's move on.
Sure.
Um, you know,
Is it replaced by a person, place, or thing, Gabe? No. Go ahead.
you might ask the same about David Bowie.
That's true. Oh man.
Uh, so
Could I
anyway,
ask
like
the same thing
we
about Chris
mentioned,
Isaac?
I will say there is no mention of Agent Desmond
Ever? Okay.
in the return.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
All right.
Not sure if that's by choice or, if he asked for too much money and then
Well, he's problematic
accused
too.
Lynch of horrible, horrible crimes. But,
Probably. What happened to Chris
uh,
Isaac? I mean,
I don't know.
anyway.
But I do know what happened to Jack Nance. And so while we touched on that, Jack Nance kind of had a tragic life. So he was a bit of an alcoholic, which, kind of hampered his earlier days.
Aren't we all?
While he was in rehab, which he was dragged to by Dennis Hopper during the filming of Blue Velvet, he met Kelly Jean Van Dyke, the niece of Dick Van Dyke. They fell in love and got married, and then while he was on set filming Meatballs 4, he called his wife to tell her he was thinking about leaving her due to her excessive drinking and pill habits. She threatened to kill herself if he hung up on her, and at that moment, a lightning storm knocked out the phone lines, interrupting their connection. Uh, she then did, in fact, kill herself, and apparently she was 4 months pregnant at the time.
Oh, that's rough. I would. This unfortunately, Gabe, strikes a chord with me because I also was in a relationship like that where I also had someone do that to me
Mm,
and threaten that same kind of stuff. But I hung up
I'm
the
a,
phone.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Hung up the
Well, it
phone.
didn't turn out quite this way.
Well, she attempted, and
Oh,
she ended up in a hospital.
oh,
But
geez.
sometimes you have to put your own well-being.
I mean, that's not your fault. That's her own
Well, I
decision. But
immediately called some other people after I hung up and
yeah,
said, "Hey, you need to
let
get
her
over
know
there right
she's,
now. She's psycho."
yeah.
And but uh, listen, you can't take that. It's rough. It's a rough thing to be in part of, and it's like oh, does it only happen to no? It happens to everybody. There's a lot of crazy
Yeah.
fuckers out
No,
there,
there
and
are.
you just have to handle it. I could see if the phone lines go down, you can't get a hold of anybody else. That sucks.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to even help her in that situation, you can't because you can't get a hold of anybody. In my situation, I was like, well, she's being really serious, and I can't do this anymore. And so I hung up, immediately called someone else. I knew that they weren't far away. So anyway, but this is extremely tragic. Plus, also there's a child involved. Was it his? I'm assuming.
Assume so. I mean, they were married at the time.
That's really rough. But yeah, it's just weird to
Wow.
when you hear those kind of stories, and it's like, yeah, I've been a part of that before, so it's like I know what that's like. I know what that intensity is like. I don't mean to get heavy on the podcast, but like,
No, yeah,
yeah, it's
I
crazy.
had no idea. I didn't intend to bring that up, but I mean, yeah, it's an important thing to be able to discuss, and
Mm.
the fact that you can relate to something like that, and
I just
yeah, like you
also
said, this is a real life thing. It doesn't just happen to
well,
the
here's the
Hollywood
other thing.
folks, and it's not
If
something
you're
you just hear about. And
if you're listening to this and you are a part of that situation and you want to escape, but think that that's what's going to happen and that's what's keeping you to it, that is not you need to get out of it. Like that was
yeah,
my fault.
that's
I was in
not.
it for way too long. It was a problem. It's not good for both of you. There's something else going on. Ultimately has nothing to do with you. Whatever that other person is going through, and they're blaming you for that has nothing to do with you. You need to get out of that situation. You need to get her with other people that can help her, or he, or they, whoever. It's just you. You're not doing that other person a service by sticking around. 100%. You need to get out of it for your own health, and then they need to heal themselves. So sticking around does not help. So, like, if anything, if someone listening to this is going through that kind of shit, that's what I want you to gather. Like, yeah, it's a tragedy what happened because the phones went out and he couldn't help her. That's awful. That's sad and super depressing, and that's why obviously things played out the way they did for him. But
Mm,
in real life, you know, take care of yourself and then get out of that situation and get that other person help and then let them heal. That's because, yeah, anyway. Because I've been
yeah,
there and it sucks.
yeah, and yeah, brave of you to share that. But yeah, unfortunately, that wasn't the end of Jack's story. Uh,
Poor guy.
he went on for another 5 years or so. Had a couple of strokes as a result of his increased drinking after the incident, and eventually had lunch with a few friends where they noticed a sizable bruise under his eye. Apparently, he had a drunken brawl outside of a Winchell's Donuts in the early wee hours of the morning.
Poor
Uh,
guy. Just
Complained about a headache and went home, and subsequently died of a subdural hematoma later
oh
that
my
afternoon.
god. Just guilt
Uh,
eating away at him.
yeah,
That's rough.
yeah. So,
You don't want that.
yeah,
So
sad story. But anyway,
get out of unhealthy relationships.
where I was going with
Safely.
that was what an awful thing it was for Michael J. Anderson to imply that
Mm.
David Lynch was somehow responsible for his friend's death.
That is really awful.
So, yeah, this man's life was a tragedy, but it's not something that happened at somebody else's
And
hands.
this is a
You
guy
know,
that
this
was
was
giving
not.
you work because I've never seen Michael J. Anderson in anything else. Like what it was I don't know what else.
Uh, yeah, outside of Carnival, I hadn't either.
And he's not
And to
asking
be
you
perfectly
also.
honest with you, I thought he wasn't very good in Carnival.
Okay, that's fine. But
I
in
didn't
in
think
the
he was
David
a.
Lynch stuff, he's not really asking you to play a short person, a little person. He's just asking you to play a person in a weird dream sequence, which is still could be construed as like, oh, because I'm. But he's not really. He's not asking you to play like a fucking hobbit or it's just a
Right.
character.
It's not a cliche. It's not.
It's a little different. It's David Lynch. It's so like
Yeah,
why
not like the episode
why
of Charmed he did where he played a leprechaun.
see that's literally that's something that like if you're that kind of depending on Peter
Or in an
Dinklage.
episode of Cold Case where he played a or like a criminal whose nickname was Biggie.
See, Dinklage would turn all that shit down.
Yeah.
You had a in with one of the greatest directors of all time, and you bit the hand that fed you.
I mean, he did turn up in Mulholland Drive, apparently.
Yeah, but that's before. I mean, that's when was that? That's
2001.
see, that's a long time ago. What was he doing before that? Or no, after that? I mean, I guess it pretty
I mean,
went dry.
there's
So what?
no,
And
there's bit parts here and there.
yeah,
Like
but it's
he's
not like
got two or three credits per year in the
but
90s.
but he's not like a
None of it is
also
stuff I recognize.
he's not the greatest actor.
He did appear in an X-Files
He's
episode.
not the greatest actor.
No, he wasn't very good. He did play Rumpelstiltskin in an episode of Deep Space Nine.
I think I've seen that episode.
I'm sure I have because I know I've watched the whole series, but
That was a long time ago. Listen, I
he
mean
did a one shot on Picket
that's
Fences.
just some shitty like that's what's shitty about that like also is like that's the government we live in now.
He was in the sequel to Mannequin.
Ooh, I've seen that too.
Before Twin Peaks, he was in an Alan Parsons Project video.
Oh, which one?
Stereotomy.
Oh yeah, one of the last Alan Parsons Project's albums. But yeah, Stereotomy. That's a great song.
Yeah.
I love that song. It's a great. I have that album. It's great.
But yeah, his resume is not extensive, at least not in recognizable material.
I wonder what he did for a day job. Really, then I wonder if he was like doing other things.
He might have done, I don't know. Let's see. Uh, oh, that's right. Yeah, we talked about how you used to work for NASA.
He did.
Yeah, troubleshooting computers.
Oh, so he's smart.
Well, it's a relative term. I mean, he can't be that smart if he talked his way out of a fucking career because he was mad.
I mean, he didn't chop off his finger trying to peel a lemon, Gabe. So,
peel a lemon. I did it with a peeler, not a knife. I know how to handle knives. Come on.
Anyway, yes.
Um, all
Yeah.
right. So yeah, I think we've discussed enough tragedy and triumph for the week. This was supposed to be a short episode, and we've still done 90 minutes just reading a cast list and bullshitting. So I think we've done enough for tonight.
Hey, yeah, you guys should have. I mean, I was gonna call if it was 15 minutes long. I was gonna call it a like a .5 episode, but this is a full on episode. So like, get fucked.
It's
We're
a full surprise.
it's
Yeah.
a full surprise.
Well, we'll see what happens when you edit out piss time. It'll still be a short one.
Not really. I mean, that was like maybe 5 minutes. So that's still an hour
Oh.
and 15.
So yeah, here's your holiday gift, folks, your New Year's bonus.
Yes,
We hope you enjoyed our discussion about what's to come and what we're not going to see.
we appreciate you.
Um, we do appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your comments and your likes and all your support. And we love doing this for you. And we hope you're having as much fun on this ride as we are. So we will see you in 1 week when we officially begin our run on The Return. And we hope you're going to join us for that whole ride because it's going to be a fun one too. So tune in next week. Will we go live again on Wednesday on YouTube? Look for us on the Milkman Pictures channel. That's Ian's channel right there.
Milkman Pic YouTube.com/Milkman Pictures.
Hell yeah.
And on all podcast
Uh,
platforms that, if you just wanted to listen to us and don't want to watch us, because I get it. We're just old, middle aged dudes that, you don't need to watch us. Like, come on.
yeah. But we do have amazing beards that are fun to look at.
I mean, I'm more of like John Wick scruff. I don't really.
Yeah, but you keep it tight.
All right, thank
You
you.
keep it tight.
Thank you, Gabe.
Thanks again, folks. We will see you next week. Back to our live weekly shows. Until then, Happy New Year. So long.